Alright, so I will be doing the process of volleyball. And I told you guys in my paper the first thing that we do during games is a coin flip with the refs. So that's kind of what this looks like. A captain or two from each team, and then the head coach and the two refs. So the head ref will flip the coin up into the air. You can see she's doing that in this picture. And the home team captain will call either heads or tails. If the coin lands on what she called, she will get to pick if they want the first serve of the game or what side they want to start on. Most teams will pick serve when they have the option because that is the smartest thing to do and will give that team the greater momentum going into the game. The winner of the coin toss will get to have their warm-up time first. So what warm-up time is the each team gets 4 minutes on the court. Usually during these 4 minutes, each team will do hitting lines or a scrimmage for a minute. And so what hitting lines is all the players go on one side of the court and the coach will go on the other. The coach will toss over balls to a passer, and then the setter will then set the different hitters. So each hitter will get their shoulder warmed up for the game, and it's a good way for the opposing team to get used to the new court that they will be playing on, the different inlines. After each team uses their 4 minutes on the court, both teams will get on their side of the court and serve back and forth to each other. It also is a good way to get used to the court and how far you have back and how much room you have. After those 2 minutes, the teams will get all the balls shagged up, and then they will both go meet in the middle of the net like this picture is showing and do the high fives I was talking about in my paper and just tell each opponent good luck. After the high fives, each team will oftentimes do a cheer and get in position to start the game. So that's what happens before the game starts, and then during the game, both teams will do the best that they can to try and beat their opponent to win the 3 sets necessary to win the entire match. So passing is one of those things that is really important in the sport. It is the beginning of trying to run your offense. So if you can't pass, you can't really, the ball can't be set and you can't hit, which in turn will get you points. So to pass, you just pretty much put your hands how that picture is showing and how the previous picture showed the girl. She was kind of in a low position to pass the ball. That's how we like to pass it, and it will, doing those two things will help us pass the ball more accurately and have better results so that the setter can get a good set to our hitters. In my opinion, setters have one of the hardest jobs on the team. No matter what the passes that they get, they have to put the ball in a playable position for the hitters to earn team points. So setters have a huge responsibility, and to actually set the ball, we're told to put our hands in a triangle and in the shape of the ball so that all of your fingers contact the ball at the same time, and if you don't contact it perfectly in even a split second different when your hands contact the ball, you will be called for a double hit violation and the other team will get the ball and the point. Hitters usually get the most praise from everybody because they are oftentimes the ones to put the ball down and, like I said in my paper, put the ball in the hole, which is code for putting the ball in a place that a player is not. So if your players on the opposing team are shifting more towards the right side of the court because they have noticed that you hit more to the right, then you might want to think about changing it up and hitting more towards the left so that they kind of are caught off guard and they're not reading you as well as they used to be. So hitters have the responsibility of getting to the ball no matter where the setter gives it to them. So depending on
how the set is set, you have to change your footwork and be in the air when the ball is at its highest point, and you have to contact it like this picture showing with your palm, and hitting it in the center of your palm will help you decide what angle you want to go. So you can either go left or right depending on the way you change your hand, and hitters usually take 4 steps to hit the ball. If you're right-handed, you will start with your right foot and go right, left, right, left. If you're left-handed, you'll start with your left and do the same thing. One of the hardest things that hitters have to do is they have to see when they're in the air how many blockers that they have on the opposing team trying to block them, and the easiest way to get around the blocker. So you can see in this picture that it kind of was a one-on-one situation, but oftentimes there might be 2 players on the opposing team trying to block the one hitter, which makes it hard for her to try to get around that block. But that's where your teammates can come in and help you and tell you what way you can hit. Those are the basic things that each player will do to try and benefit their team the most and help their team out by getting them points and hopefully winning the game. So after the first set to 25, the teams will switch sides of the court and have 3 minutes to discuss what they could do better or what they continue to do to hopefully win the next game or the game after that. So you have to win 3 sets in the high school games, which means you play to 25, you switch sides, you play again, and then the third match you will either win all 3, or if the opposing team wins either set 2 or 3 or set 1, then you'll have to go into a set 4 or 5 to get one team to win 3 sets in total. And the 5th set is only to 15 points. And then after the game is over, they will do the same thing that we did before, is meet at the net and tell each opponent good job. And after that, we will meet together as a team and do a team cheer, one towards the opposing team, just either cheering their name or their mascot, and then we will do a cheer for ourselves and then meet in the locker room and just talk for a few minutes about what we could do better if we lost, or if we won, how we could bring those skills into the next game to win the next game as well.